Well, let's see how this works. Oh shit, gloves. Ah, fuck. All right, tanks first. Setting up heaters. So if you wonder what I do, this is what I do. Every day. Try and get a full setup done. Which is the easier way? Let's have a look. Either way sucks. But we'll go this way. Into the sunlight, sorry. So I'm setting up heaters for ground thaw. They're doing glycol lines. I'll hit my perimeter road here. Or not. Yep. So I don't know if you can see it, but the red tape on the rim of the propane tank indicates the direction that the valve is pointing. So I can line up 3 valves and allow myself to use that manifold there with the red regulator. Good, Fred? So the next two I have to point inwards. I may have to rotate the tanks while I pick them up. We'll see. But after much discussion about doing this, we came up with the idea of taping the opposite the valves for this reason. I can go a little faster without the load, obviously. Okay, so I'll spin this one first. So red tape's pointing towards me, which won't work. So I cross over to the opposite side. This will spin the tank 180 degrees so it faces the other tank. So I make a triangle. And I just lift slowly. And it spins in a controlled fashion. And away I go. Just like that. Suck it up a little bit. Tanks are probably 500-600 pounds if they're full. I think this one's pretty full. I can't remember. Machine only has one gear, this particular one. 1450 RPM average when I'm running it like this. Probably about 10K. Maybe a little under. So there, I don't know if you can see all those lines out there. That's glycol for ground thaw. So points in, points. I give it a toot when I back up for the most part. Everybody hears these backup alarms on sites all day, every day. You end up being, I hate to say it, but complacent. Keep your head on a freaking swivel, I'll tell ya. So my return trip, I'm about 1650 for RPM. That's Country Hills Boulevard out there. In Calgary. It's rough as shit in this thing. Park brake, always. This one doesn't need to rotate because it's facing the right way. A lot of fun doing this every day. And it's not always the same stuff. I often have to move generators or other equipment, unload stuff. Grab a heater next. Well, maybe. Grab a tank anyway. Yesterday we had a incident where a truck driver backed over top of one of our fire hydrants, snapped it off. As you can see on these manholes, everything's got sticks all over them so they can see them and don't hit them, but even the one that did have one, he still hit it. I guess people get complacent. Fortunately, nobody was hurt. Same thing, in, out, in, out. So in theory, they should all reach. We got them all pointing the right direction.
Yeah, I don't know.
Check the O-rings on them. Like,
That one is not there.
well, if it's not there, it's... But if they're all cracked, right? How do they look? These ones are fine. But these ends are shot. So we may want another hose, I don't know. These look like brand new ones. I might have replaced these ones. Yeah, these are the brand new ones. I just replaced these. Okay, I gotta get more tanks. Cornerstone Shopping Center. I know it's pretty boring watching me drive back and forth, but this is what I do. Maybe what I'll do is check out these tanks. I got 2 sets of lines on 2 tanks here. I can take them a better set. Again, paints are set up so that, or tapes I should say. It's pretty easy for me to set all this up. Which fucking percentage do I have? Oh yeah, we're good. And I just did a no-no climbing under my boom. But there. All right, 3 more, then 2 heaters, and this part of it's done. Unfortunately, I didn't do the moving of the ground thaw or the generator unit. Unfortunate. All these lovely sticks to see where the hell everything is, and they hit it. Sometimes I get a helper that will actually unsling and sling for me. That's Freddie. Fabulous Freddie over there. Hey Craig, I got 2 more regulator sets over there. I can, if those lines are all buggered. You're okay? Well, apparently he's okay, so I will just bring one regulator assembly. But what I'll do is look first for the O-rings. So I'll inspect them, pick the one with the better O-rings. I have replacements. You definitely don't want to have leaks with a propane system. One, it's expensive, and it's not environmentally safe or friendly. And 2, it's really not safe. So both of these tanks that I'm about to pick up with the lines on them all have are facing the right direction, which is convenient. So let's look at these. Nice fittings. Okay. We'll take this set. Moving out extends the boom out. Push the yellow button and pull up, and it lifts up the forks. Lift up the stick and it picks up the boom. Easy peasy. Pull the stick to the left and it retracts the boom. And you can do 2 different operations at the same time. Retract and lift, or tilt, or so because up and down on the boom and tip on the forks, tilts on the forks are on the same control motion, electrically separated by the switch, you can only do one of those operations at the same time. You're either tilting or you're lifting or lowering the boom. But you can lower the boom and retract the boom or extend the boom, so you can do a left and an up down or a right and an up down at the same time. This is a GH 1955 made by Genie. 5,500 pounds it'll lift. It'll go 19 feet in the air, but it won't lift 5,500 pounds 19 feet in front of it. There's a chart right here you can see. If I need to lift anything critical, I read the chart. I can tell where to place the load on my forks. how much I can lift, at what extent, what angle. It shows angles. There's quite a bit of information on there. This particular unit doesn't have front outriggers to stabilize it. It's a nice little unit. It's the smallest telehandler that I've ever used. I think there might be one or two smaller ones, I'm not sure. I think there's one more that's smaller than this that'd be kind of in a parkade or something like that. I'm used to 1255s or 1050s, which will do 10 ton or 12 ton or 50 and 55 feet respectively. And I've used those extensively. Good God, man. You can lock the steering with this lever down here, but I'm in and out so often, I just leave it loose. Thing is, this drive with this machine is so rough that if you actually hit somebody and didn't see them, you wouldn't even feel it. That's the problem. I got a snow bucket for it. I take the forks and the backrest off. Attach a big snow bucket and I can plow snow or whatever I need. Pick up garbage. It's like a giant freaking wheelbarrow there. It's awesome. Wash, rinse, repeat. Over and over and over. Oh, good. I'm going to grab those two. So I'll grab these lines, throw them on the next set of tanks here, quick. I'll be grabbing just like that. Might not have lifted so well. It's all styrofoam insulation there for around the buildings, foundations, footings, sidewalks. I consider it good practice to toot the horn when I reverse. It isn't a requirement to pass the course. The course is a joke. You have to know how to read all these placards, all the safety placards. know how to read the chart, understand the controls. They make you go do a figure eight and pick up a box. I think I can do that. Long before OSHA and WorkSafe and OH&S mandated courses, people have been running machines. Makes you wonder who certified the first machine operator to say that he could certify others. You know, you got to be a first of a first somewhere. Beautiful day here today in Calgary area. Big sky country. As you can see, there's a pretty significant housing development going on over here. So this will be 12 buildings on this site as a shopping center. And then there'll be one big grocery store, so 13 buildings in total. We're responsible for the base building. Tenant improvement is not upon us. Lots of townhouses all around here, as you can see. Oh dear. Hey Craig. Are you knowing where he wants the heaters placed?
Didn't tell me.
Of course not. When he's done with the young guy.
No, he didn't tell me.
Yeah, me neither. Looks good though. Lines are on? How come you didn't poke any of the lines with the big pins? How come you didn't poke the pins into the lines?
Yeah, I don't know.
You missed every one. You had all this opportunity. Okay, I'll grab a heater and bug him when I come back. Missed every time. I think I'll put the heater. I don't know. Can't put it there because I got the friggin' drainage. So anyway, I'll go grab one right now. Heaters are fun. Swinging and swaying. They only get one strap. So it gets. And along with this, I also run the safety side of this site, making sure that everything's up to snuff, that everybody's doing their part, wearing their hard hats and the high vis, and all the site orientations, all the records, first aid. We had a small incident here for first aid last week. The fellow slipped on some material while stacking and went down on his knee and cut his knee open. No cuts in the pants whatsoever, but split his skin. Had a laceration on a knee about 1.5 inches long, quite deep. I ultimately sent him in for some stitches because on the knee, the way it was, horizontal slash, it wouldn't have healed with anything I could do. So he went in for stitches. It was all good. Everybody was happy. Oh, look at the lid blew off. Sometimes they get hit. I know I clipped one because it rolls around. You'll see. I might have to lower that actually. No. Are we good here? Yep. Okay. So what will happen, which is what happened with this one, is it spins around because I'm on a single strap like this, and then it'll clip the fork on the other side, like if you see it bouncing here. And I don't know if you noticed, but I didn't honk that time. Get it a little further away from me. But there we go. And it spins and hooks and so I've been with this company for 5 years. I started as first aid, was running machines when I started. Oh, I gotta fix some sticks before somebody drives over the shit. Okay, I guess I'm putting the heater in the middle of the frickin', in the middle of the site. I get what he wants. So I'll do the far one first so that I'm So now I'm running 1350 RPM just because this is really rocky and so forth. But we'll do the first one, which is the far one, in line with the tank. So I see where he's going with this. The last time we put everything on the inside, I ended up fighting because, well, eventually you have to get everything outside. Funny how that works. It'll still, I can still move it manually anyway. Shit. Okay, well. Something like that. First one. You walk under that boom, hydraulic seal fails. It hurts. Tick, tick. Alrighty. Well, we'll go a different route. Since I know where I'm going. I don't mind the rough road when I'm unloaded, but when I'm loaded, I don't like it. And you'll want a bag of lift of sandbags too, so I'll grab that next. Let's see. So that's 2 cords on that one. So if I grab this heater here, I get 2 cords. Which is enough for both machines. So I'll do that. This is 2 cords here, not 1. So let's see. Ooh, something earring. Not really sure why. So Craig has held his certification for propane installations. Myself, Fred, and my superintendent all have our certification up to 1 million BTU temporary heat. Propane Association of Canada or something like that. There can be a lot that goes wrong with these, but it's all generally pretty simple stuff. Propane in, electricity, and boom, you got heat. As you can see, with coworkers on site, you're watching out for people, you're watching out for other machines. Keeps the guy busy. It's pretty basic work. As the prime contractor, we're responsible for the site and for all the sub-trades to be compliant with occupational health and safety and our site rules. I generally have a really good rapport for the most part. My sub-trades, I always felt I've done well. There's obviously times where they don't want to do it the safe way, and there's not a lot of options, and they have to comply, so they get bitchy. Jareth, the new young fellow over there, he's setting up his apprenticeship. Nice thing to do.
What we're also going to do is we're going to have a heater in that corner. Okay.
Okay.
We're going to pass it that way get the footing.
Okay. So I can't do anything till they're done. So okay, I'll bring over a pallet of sandbags. No, she's fine compared to me. I'm the one that took it hard.
Figure out where it came from?
No. China. I think it was the Wuhan province. So we're just talking about COVID. Both my wife and I just tested positive. Fred also, he was positive. So we had a nice little 5-day holiday, if that's what you want to call it. I didn't do too bad. I just had like a chest cold. Fred had aches like a flu. My wife, she had stuffiness. Her friend, basic asymptomatic. So all of this is to mitigate the issue of frost in the ground. All this work for heat. We're going to try and drive the frost out of the ground so we can set footings and pads. sandbags will just hold the tarps down that they want. So I'll go and switch to the bucket. Dee-dee-dee-dee. So I'll probably go in on the midpoint there. And I'll do the perimeter road. So with this, we move from job to job. We're on this site probably for the next, it'll be close to 2 years, 18 months, 20 months before we're completed on here. Depending if we get phase 2 or not. It may continue more, or we might move to another spot. So I've been in Kimberley, BC, Vancouver, Kelowna, Vernon. I just move where they tell me. That's all I can do. So I live in a big fifth wheel. Try to enjoy my life. This COVID restriction has really messed with a lot of people. Where do you want it? So you want to pack the bags further? Do you want to drop the wood? I'm just trying to not work too hard, Fred. Like where we don't have to pack. You want a bucket of tarps? So I'm going to cheat. So we're going to get a bucket of tarps. I know that sounds funny, but we really are going to get a bucket of tarps. You can't see me backing up, but I can. So there isn't really a quick change. I got to pull you might see that red wire up there. Pull that pin. There's a lower pin I have to pull out. Then I can tip the forks off, put the bucket on. Now, if I was going to use the bucket extensively, I would do that. But if only I'm using the bucket for maybe 1-2 runs and only to haul some tarps, it doesn't make sense to actually hook the bucket up. So I'll pick the bucket up with the forks and carry the bucket. If you look closely as I pull up, you can probably see it. The hooks. Just like this, right? So there's my snow bucket, but I don't have it hooked on properly. But for what I'm doing, which is just moving some friggin' tarps rolled up, this is good enough. There's no reason to do all the extra labor just to move some tarps. That's a nice one. Definitely want that one. Any of these newer bright orange ones are the better ones. They're the brand new tarps. So if I can get a couple of them, I'm better off. That one doesn't look too bad. That one looks pretty ratty. They get worn pretty good. That one's not bad. A little shitty. Okay. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. We'll put one more in there. That should do it for now. He's talking about tarping and tenting later, but I have to wait till the excavation's done. This will cover us for the time do I have? 12:30. And pour day tomorrow. So there, on that machine, those PEX lines, the two red lines go inside the forms, and they've got glycol inside, which is basically sugar water, and they're heated. When we pour the concrete, if it's below zero, which it can be, it'll stay warm and cure. So when I'm done, I just drop the bucket back off and I'm golden. How long would you estimate that to be?
Estimate what?
What do you think, roughly?
Well, they're 20 feet apart, all these piles. What, is them like 160 feet probably?
Okay, I need more tarp. All right, well, we'll go get another load. Not the end of the world. But the trick is not backing over anything. Or off anything. Or banging into the laser level. So it's not that I don't do manual labor, I do. Of course I do. One man on a machine can do a hell of a lot of stuff that the other guys are doing other things. And I'll bring a whole load over because what I don't use, we'll use in the excavation. But that'll do for now. Tarps everywhere. So straight ahead you can see the orange stick with by the green fire hydrant. That green fire hydrant was broke off where the orange stick is. That's the one. Yeah. The dust. Oh yeah. I can't drive through here. So for now this will be the last load until later today. You winning? I think I'm pretty much wrapped up. What do you need?
I want to clean up in here.
Oh, yeah. I don't see a problem. I'm just trying to get us set up for heat over there.
Okay.
I've got to move tarps, but that's later. Like, I'm just finishing up the tarps for the inside.
Okay.
So when I'm done this load, do you want the bucket or do you want the forks?
I'll use the bucket first, clean up the garbage, and then I'll switch to the fork.
Well, the forks are on it right now. I'm just sitting on the bucket.
Oh, okay.
So you might want to do the forks first.
Then I'll do the forks first.
Okay. Yeah, no, for this kind of shit, I just pick up the bucket with the forks, right?
Yeah.
It's fast. Okay. Go down the other side, drop a few tarps off here on this end, maybe 3 or 4, take some down there. So I've set those ones up on that side for this is for the trench.
It looks like we're a bit short.
So I'm done with this for now. I'm going to turn this over to Sean because he wants to do some cleanup. I just figured I'd start this pile too.
Thanks.
Do you need more sandbags before I do that?
No.
You sure that's enough? Hey?
Bring that one over.
That one right there, that sandbag? Yeah. Ugh. And that's going to be a wrap here in a minute as soon as I drop this wonderful stack of bags off. It's gonna be lunch here in a minute. So after this, I got heaters to set up on the corners, but that'll be a while. I don't even know if we're going to get that far today because they're not making a lot of headway. Well, we might see if we get a tippy effect here. And I would say that that's a wrap.